What is going on, guys, and welcome your face back to another video. Just as we think we have pretty much seen enough of this game to get us super hyped up, and we've been like, you know what, we've actually seen pretty much all the cool stuff that this game has to offer. We just get more and more cool stuff coming our way. Today we have got new little snippets of some combat gameplay which you guys will be able to see in the video throughout, and a whole bunch of details about the combat, crafting, alongside points basically, and how the game is going to have a deep progression system. But before I dive straight into that information, Bill Roseman actually went over to Twitter and quoted Brian and actually said, for this game to be really memorable, we had to go beyond the web shooters, villain fights, and quips. We had to put the relatable, vulnerable, lovable loser in the spotlight as much as the superhero. So hey, you know, if you feel like you're bad at video games like myself and, you know, you're not really, you know, the most skillful player, hey, this game pretty much still gonna make you feel like a badass, alright? That's just a cool little thing I wanted to share with you guys. And also, topics and comments and whatever you really want to say about the spider drone, which if you don't know is basically a little gadget, kind of like a drone obviously that shoots like loads of mini webs basically. It's like a minigun for webs. We are yet to actually see gameplay of that. I know it's something that a lot of people really want to see, including myself, but Andrew went over to Twitter and said we don't have footage of the spider drone. It was still in the prototype phase of development when we saw it. So even though that kind of really sucks, I'm super excited to see that in the near future, possibly now at E3, when I'm assuming anyway they will go ahead and drop some new gameplay, maybe a badass trailer. I really don't know, so you guys leave your predictions on that in the comment section below. Now diving straight into that new awesome information about the combat. So first of all, you can craft new skills, alright? We have seen the combat already in this game. It looks super, I mean, just neat, I guess you could say. Brutal to some extent, more or less. I mean, we've seen throughout the new gameplay that it's not just going to be ground combat. You can basically like go into combos and actually go up into midair, and then my favorite part is when it actually goes into like slow motion, which you guys hopefully will see in the background, and then you can just literally punch, maybe web until they get webbed up to the max, and then you just slam them down. But I really like that kind of like effect. I feel like it really makes the whole moment a lot more tense. I guess you could say it makes every like punch really connect as well, and you just feel like a straight badass and that you are in control of the combat and what you are doing in that specific moment, rather than just kind of like running around, I guess punching aimlessly, more or less. This really definitely gives you that superhero, like untouchable feel, I guess you could say, and that alone is just absolutely insane. Now, a second part that was mentioned in this new video was about objectives, and basically, so let me give you guys an example. When you're doing a random side event, as we heard, you know, in the previous gameplay video, I believe it was, that there's going to be like random events such as like burglaries, you know, chasing people in the car, etc, and we all know, like, if you don't maybe catch all of the villains at that time, they could possibly just get in their car and drive away. So all of that stuff is great, right? But in each kind of like side mission, if you will, there's going to be objectives. So for example, the one we was told in this video was 5 finishes. So you can go ahead and sure, you know, complete that side mission and get whatever points, but if you complete those 5 finishes, whatever they may be, it might be something like using your gadget, it might be like getting a specific combo or webbing a certain amount of people up or something like that, you basically get more currency in the game, which of course is then going to result in you being able to either craft, you know, your suits for instance, or of course a combat. So all of that stuff alone is just great. I'm super excited to see like a menu maybe, hopefully in the near future, where we can see some of like the upgradable stuff when it comes down to combat, and also about the suit as well, because maybe like the more you upgrade the suit, your appearance on that is going to change as well. I don't really know, as we haven't, you know, seen any footage of that as of yet, but in my imagination that is pretty much how it's going, and I just like the whole, you know, image of all of that. It just looks absolutely great. Now way back we was also told that, you know, you can use the environment basically to, you know, your own advantage, I guess you could say. So for instance, we saw like scaffolding just being pulled down. So as I mentioned earlier, you know, let's just randomly say you're running around punching aimlessly because there are loads of dudes and you're kind of like, okay, maybe I've got myself in a super sticky situation, and then you realize there's some scaffolding. You can run around, web that scaffolding, and pull that down, and basically everyone that is pretty much chasing you is about to get absolutely, you know, crushed down to the ground. And that, of course, is going to reduce your enemies over time, and then you can just go ahead and be a lot more lethal without getting your butt kicked as well, unless you're super, like, I don't know, skillful, if that's a, you know, a good way to describe this. Super skillful, where you really don't need anything around you to help you. But also, just the fact that you can use the environment, you know, to your advantage, and that it's actually going to have such a, you know, a good impact to that is going to be super cool. And also, another thing you guys were saying is maybe like if we can see builders actually repairing stuff later down the line when you're just randomly free roaming, that would also be cool. Now, things like the tripwires as well that we've seen in previous gameplay videos, all of that stuff feels super stealthy, which you're pretty much gonna want to do. I'm just instantly thinking, you know, the more stealthier you are in any type of mission, the more points realistically you will get, which of course then works in your favor, as opposed to just randomly going in there. But it might be like something as, you know, how many people you can, you know, kick their ass in a certain amount of time. Any of those kind of things really do work for me, but like the tripwire situation and that new footage we saw seriously got me amped up. So I guess that is more or less all the information we got in that recent gameplay video. So to kind of like break it down for you guys, my favorite things are the slow motion combat, slamming people down, kind of like going in midair, uppercutting them in midair, whatever you want to say, and then webbing them up even more. That alone is super cool. The deep progression system, having sub-objectives, and just pretty much being able to improve your character as a whole, upgrading the skills and all of that stuff to literally just become untouchable. But ladies and gentlemen, get in the comment section below and let me know what you think on all of those new details. And I guess my question to you would be, what do you want to see at E3? Do you want to see some new gameplay where they specifically go into upgrading suits, upgrading, you know, the combat and all that sort of stuff, or would you guys want to see another trailer? Also, we got a new screenshot which you probably would have seen in the thumbnail of this video, and oh my god, all of this stuff looks absolutely incredible. I just really want something more to just be out there. I don't know, I feel like we're getting so much information that I really don't know if I want more, or if we've got like loads of them, that I'm kind of losing my mind at this stage, I guess you could say. But subscribe for more awesome content if you haven't already. If you missed the previous videos, the links are in the description below. There's also a playlist, and if you've got any ideas on things you'd still like to see in the game, then also drop that in the comment section below, because I mean, clearly going on the information about the spider drone footage, it clearly just goes to show that, you know, nothing is absolutely finished yet as a whole. Everything we are seeing is alpha gameplay, so whether they're going to add more things in the game that we're not going to see until the release date as a whole, we don't really know. I mean, I got a good feeling that it's going to be the case, but what do you guys think that could possibly be, and maybe things that you would like to see changed, basically. But that's going to wrap that one here, so thank you guys for watching, have yourselves a ridiculously awesome day, and until the next one, adios amigos, and enjoy this awesome little snippet, I guess, of just raw gameplay footage.
I'm at a Fisk construction site, and there's a lot of guys here who aren't exactly constructing. Need some respect. Place is locked down, Captain. You got what you came for. You don't need to kill us, too.
Fisk's territory is ours now.
Not today.
Spider-Man! Tell the boss is here!